You may know Brianna Wiest from reading her best-selling book, The Mountain Is You, but she's back with a new release that's already making waves. In her latest book, she challenges readers to discover the life that's waiting, and she joins us to explain how you can find it. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Erin. Thank you for having me.
So glad to have you. Okay, so tell me, let's just dive right into your writing. How was this different? How was this book different in the way that it came together compared to your other work?
The main way this book is different is in the structure. So right at the table of contents, the book is outlined like read this when your heart is breaking, read this when you feel lost, read this when you don't know what to do next, read this when you've lost hope. And what I hope for the readers is that, you know, whatever moment life brings you to, there is something in this book that can act as a companion, as a reminder, and as a friend when you need it most.
You know what, I think that is so important because of the simple fact that sometimes we go through trying and hard times and we feel like we're lonely or like we don't have anyone to lean on. And so to have something, a resource that we can constantly look to is so important. And you explore the life that's waiting on the other side of pain, fear, control, things that we are all afraid of. So what inspired you to really take it there?
There's a saying that the book you want to read is the one you're meant to write. And I remember being like 19 years old and, you know, just going through, you know, so much of that pain and uncertainty and unknowing in my own life. And I remember trying to find a book like this and wishing that there was something out there where I could just, you know, like have it on my bedside table and flip through and just have someone give me a word of encouragement when I didn't know what to do next. And, you know, all these years later, you know, it feels kind of like this beautiful culminative experience of my life, because it's like I was, you know, kind of going through all of these experiences and then, you know, writing about them over time. And it's really actually something I've kind of been working on for like 13 years. Which is a long time.
My goodness, it really is a passion project for you, but I feel like the best projects come out of need, out of your own need, you know what I mean? Because you're not the only person who needs it, and you're filling that space, you're filling that gap. So tell me, what really helps someone begin that shift from being driven by fear and then to be led by maybe vision instead, or dreams instead of just living our lives like, oh, can I do this? Can I not do this? It's terrifying.
It is. And I think that everyone has to get to that point where they feel ready, and you'll know when you're there. And if you're not there yet, that's okay too. But I think I was just telling someone last night at a signing in Austin, and you know, they were like, being human, it's like we don't choose the curriculum, but we choose when we take the course. And that inner readiness and willingness, I think, comes from being at a place in your life where you know it's time. You know what I mean? It's time to go inward. It's time to self-reflect. It's time to make a change. And I think that it's obvious to you when it is, and it's okay if you're not there yet.
Yeah, I love that you said that it is okay, because I think all of the time, especially with social media, we live in a world full of pressure. You know, we're just constantly trying to do the next thing, do something bigger than we did before. And so how can we recognize within ourselves that maybe we are trying to fit a mold that just simply isn't for us?
I feel like deep down, you have this quiet, intuitive knowing. It's like a disease. You know what I mean? Like a discomfort. It's just kind of an inner knowing when you're not fully and completely being yourself.
My goodness, my goodness. Can you tell me maybe one first step, one gentle step? Maybe we need just a baby step to start, because I think the hardest part is starting. And this is a perfect day to talk about that, because it is Good Friday, and I feel like this is right in line with what's coming up this weekend. And so what is one good piece of advice you could give to someone if they're feeling uneasy or feeling that discomfort with where they are in life right now?
For me, it was always writing. And just even to pull out a journal or a piece of paper and just start organizing your thoughts and feelings. To me, that has always been my first step to self-awareness, and it's what I would recommend to anybody.
So finding a good outlet, and maybe even starting with journaling. I love that. Tell me, where can people find the book? Because this sounds amazing, like something you want to have on your bedside.
Thank you. BriannaWiest.com.
There we go.
Linked there.
Easy peasy. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.